Hey, Mr. Clash here. War Wednesday. It's not Wednesday. It's a little bit after Wednesday, but I couldn't help it. The war finished after Wednesday, so just have to take that on board. Now, this will be a war recap. There will be Town Hall 8s in it, or a Town Hall 8 attack in it. Very important to watch this attack if you're a Town Hall 8, and if you're a brand new Town Hall 9, I would also suggest watching the Town Hall 8 attack as well. I'm going to relay that into as it goes through to Town Hall 9. Anyway. So Slytherin has beaten Acid Rain, the clan I'm in, Acid Rain, 71 to 68. This was the Gauntlet dip league, so you could dip in Gauntlet, and playoffs semi-final. So this was for a spot in the final. Unfortunately, Acid Rain went down. So as a courtesy, let's have a look at what Slytherin did to Acid Rain. Two Town Hall 11s up the top, two-starred them both. The rest of the Town Hall. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 Town Hall 10 3-stars. Like I said, this is a dip league, and all the Town Hall 9s, and of course, bottom bases being Town Hall 8s, all 3-starred. So we'll have a look at the other side now, and once we get to the end, we'll also do a call of the board, which is the statistics. Left a star on the board here, minimum on this Town Hall 11. Left a star on the board here, minimum this Town Hall 10. And we have 1, 2, 3, 3 Town Hall, 10 attacks, 3 stars versus 4 on the other side. So if those 2 minimum stars were taken out, minimum there, one each, that would have taken up the 70. So of course that would have been a little bit closer. So there we go. So let's have a look, get straight into this. Got a lot of attacks to cover, not recover. Okay, interesting troop combo. Do have a look at the troop combo. With all of these, one of the interesting things to do, of course, is you see the troop combinations in the war. If you don't use them or they're new to you, make them up and have a little bit of a use of them. Now, obviously, this is a bow witch style attack with some healers. Now, sometimes you do see one healer. When you bring 2 healers, sometimes the attacker will put 1 healer on each side, such as the top side and the bottom side, say 9 o'clock and 3 o'clock, which is, but in this case, both healers have gone on to the 9 o'clock position. Double jump spell, of course. The logic of the bow witch with a double jump is if you can get access to, you don't have to get direct access to the Infernos, at least, for instance, a bowler double jump, or possibly the Queen being able to shoot over the gap and take out an Inferno. That means access in the terms of as far as bow witch is concerned. It doesn't have to be direct access in the same box as. So here you've got all of these last remaining weapons. Now at this point, with the healers on these bowlers and witches on this left hand side up the top here, it almost doesn't really matter what's going to happen in the rest of the core, because they will survive. However, the Queen's ability did just get used then, so the Queen still able to take out a lot of stuff, and now we've only got that 1 archer tower left and a cannon. So we'll just speed this up, because we all know what's going to happen now with the bowlers, healed bowlers and witches. The remaining defenses really don't stand a chance, and so it's just a matter of time. Got a little builder's hut on the right hand side and nothing at the top, so Skellies take care of that, and there we go. Nice little 3-star from the number 3. Now we'll move on to Town Hall 9. Okay, we're going to have a look at base 10. Base 10, TCI's attack. Okay, 13 balloons, 1 giant. Now I will say that the no, I don't want to give away the other team's strategy. The attacks that they used in the war, they're going into the final, and I don't want to be guilty of giving away their main Town Hall 9 strategy and then possibly being accused of letting the other team know what sort of strategy to build bases to defend against. So I won't do that. I almost blurted it out, but I won't do that. So here we've got a Gobo Lalo coming in. Obviously, the standard thing with the Gobo Lalo is you're going to take out 2 air defenses. Ideally, get the Queen as well. And that way you don't have to take the Queen out separately. So here we've got the Queen taking out the Queen, Expo. Now watch the attacking Queen here, because I did find this rather interesting. You get the CC as well, that's great. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I would say this air defense was actually closer to the queen, but she jumped away to try and take out the archer tower. So I did find that a little bit strange. But anyway, nonetheless, get the balloons in first because they're a little bit slower. Take up a red bomb, and we have 3 haste spells and a heal spell. I'll just double speed this one. We'll get it going a little bit quicker. Balloons are notoriously slow. And haste spell just before the double wizard Tesla area. So kept them up alive a little bit. And just that one archer tower to go. Does the hound pop? No, the hound doesn't pop. Okay. So 30 seconds of cleanup. We'll see this base fall. So anytime you can see access to get 2 air defenses with a single jump spell and possibly take out the queen, that's a good sign that you might be looking at a base that's prone to Gobo Lalo. So let's have a look at the next attack. We've seen this before. Actually, you know, like, let's be truthful, we've all seen all of these attacks before, but it's always good to see them again and the sort of bases that they can be used upon. Now, I did find this one a little bit interesting because I thought a little bit of stuff went wrong, possibly with the timing. I would say definitely with the timing, just slightly, but I know my tab, and I know that if I have more than 13 troop icons at the bottom of the screen, if I have to scroll sometimes to, for instance, get the last poison, if I'm bringing my own Skelly and I'm bringing a CC poison, the CC poison is right at the far end. I have to scroll to get that, and when I do that, what actually happens is it doesn't scroll, and while I'm trying to scroll, and then the entire pad, the troop selector, just decides not to work at all. So here we have the king going in. Valkyries are all down. Now, I was expecting these bowlers and all of the Valkyries to just reroute on the into the inside. I think that was possibly the plan, but there we go, that little tiny pause, and then they decided to go and do something differently. So drop that extra wizard. The wizard he clapped up the sleeve to try and take out the dragon, because there's nothing really in the base, in the core, to take out the dragon. So here comes a little bit of hogs now, taking out some flanking weapons. The dragon is still up, and the wizard just took him out. So that was a good idea to keep that wizard up the sleeve. I know with the previous video that I did when I was talked about this troop combination with bowlers and Valkyries and so on and so forth, with the other version of that, which I linked to that, which we kind of called that the NATO strike version, with that one, you could often just bring in a few wizards to drop those into the middle of the base with the Valkyries, just in case something was going on, especially if you were doing a bowler walk. That is, queen walk down one side, bowler walk down the other, and you're going to have the Valkyries and things going into the base. In that case, yeah, definitely be dropping some wizards behind the Valkyries, because if it's an air troop, the Valkyries have no chance to take out anything in the air, obviously, and the wizards can, especially because you're dropping a rage spell, so the wizards would be a little bit raged, poison on the air CC, and those raged wizards, just like you saw here, would take out the enemy CC. So I'll speed this up. We've got the builder's hut on the left hand side. We know it's a 3-star. So that was just to see how this base actually became a 3-star with that troop combination. If you can get the pathing right, sometimes obviously these little moats that you see down the bottom here, they can actually help with pathing, even though they are supposed to hinder the attack. Okay, so let's move on now to, we'll have a look at number 19. Like I said in these recaps, that what I'm trying to do is show a variety of attacks and different troop combinations. So don't really want to be looking too much at the same troop combination, such as I don't want to show a war recap that maybe has 5 witch attacks in it, unless they're all different witch attacks and we can learn something from those. Or I don't want to have a recap that maybe shows 8 Laloon style attacks. So just trying to have a little bit of difference in all the recaps, so you can watch one recap and get almost like a little bit of a schooling in a few different attack styles, and pick one which you think might be best for you. Now obviously in this case you just saw the dragon just went up north and the king's pathing around to the outside. The wall breakers failed, so it's a little bit harder to get to that expo now. So dropping the hogs, coming in heavy. I want to say heavy, we're talking about more than just a couple of hogs per defense. So in a typical ideal surgical, a couple of hogs, a couple of hogs, couple of hogs, couple of hogs, but the more condensed the weapons are, the heavier the deployment needs to be. So that way when multiple weapons shoot on them, you've got multiple hogs to take out the weapons quicker so that they all sustain less damage overall. Few spring traps. Heal spells done. 4 heal spells on this one. Queen's still up. She's walking around the outside. We'll just speed it up. A little bit of clean up now. And King's about to go down. There he is. And boom, he's down. So just a bit of clean up now. Clean up troops. While there are none left, there are no extra wizards to deploy. Brought in a load of hogs to make sure the base got taken out. Load of bombs in the middle there. You can see all of those bombs. 3 big bombs plus the bomb tower in that one compartment. So that was a hard compartment to deal with on that base. So moving on from 19, we're going to go on to the bottom base now. And this is the one I said to pay attention to. This will be a Town Hall 8 attack. So if you're a Town Hall 8, do pay attention. And if you're a brand new Town Hall 9 or just beginning to get into the Town Hall 9, also. So what you're going to see here is, this is why you may have heard me say, even at Town Hall 7, if you're a brand new to attacker, try and start using the hogs at Town Hall 7 so that when you get to Town Hall 8, you'll be much better at them. And then by the time you've gone through Town Hall 8 into Town Hall 9, you'll be really good at the hogs. And this attack shows the reason why. It's all over in a minute and a half. So the basic principles are in action here. So you're going to have to funnel the troops in to get them into that compartment. So you can see how one test wall breaker went down. Now we get some other wall breakers go in. The golem was placed to distract the weapon, to leave the wizard to funnel onto the army camps. The wizard down the bottom took out that trash. So on either side, and now the bowlers can come in. So that's what we talk about when we're talking about funneling the troops in. And now just a couple of hogs, because the wizard is distracted on the little golemite that was there. So now we can reinforce those hogs, come a little bit heavier on the Tesla. Few hogs on the next cannon. There's 4 more hogs left to deploy, 2 heal spells. Look at the obvious bomb spot, which is between the wizard and that archer tower. So that's where you need to get the heal down. The next obvious one could be, I was going to say before that Tesla popped, that would be a potential bomb spot there. But seeing as all the bombs have gone off, if you've paid attention, you can see where they've gone off on the left, where the golem came in. Then in that case, you can drop that heal just to make sure the hogs stay alive. Keep that extra poison. Often at Town Hall 8, you're going to bring in 2 poisons. You'll have one for the CC and one for the skellies, because if someone's got 2 skelly traps, they can actually ruin your Town Hall 8 hog attack. So that is a lovely little gobo ho at Town Hall 8. So this is the type of exact attack that you would be using at Town Hall 9, a gobo ho as well. So you can start off with the gobo ho at Town Hall 8, where you bring 4 bowlers in the CC instead of 5 that you would bring at Town Hall 9. Okay, so let's have a look at the statistics. So here we go. All attacks used on both sides. 56 and 48. I do know that Acid Rain did have some disconnect and some attacking issues on their side. 4 attacks lost, 2 attacks lost. No attacks remaining, obviously. 21 versus 23 stars, and of course a 2-star difference and 1-star difference that hurt. New stars per attack, 1.36, 1.42, and well, the featured battles, they don't really count too much. Attack duration, pretty close in the averages. Overall destruction, 98% versus 93.28. And of course, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the 6-star war getters for Acid Rain, whose clan I'm in, as I said. So we have the Baddest, 6-star war, Mrs. Peel, Junkyard Dog, Heisenberg, Dr. Feelgood, and Dylan, bringing up the 6 stars for the Town Hall 8 using the gobo ho strategy that you just saw at the very end there. So that is it for Acid Rain's go in the Gauntlet League, knocked out in the semi-finals. So Slytherin is into the finals now, so we'll see how that goes. I won't be covering the finals because I'm only covering the clans that I am in. So that's it for this war recap. Thanks for tuning in. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to stay up to date for more recaps and more other strategy videos as I bring them out. And I will see you in the next video.